Hey everyone, I believe it's 4:30 and we are going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining Thank you for joining us. And for those who will see the playback, I hope you get some valuable information about sea moss gel, its benefits, and how you can use it. So we are going to wait just a second for Miss Brittney Miller, the lovely Brittney Miller, to come on and join us. But just really quickly, while she's coming on, I wanted to give you my not testimony, but how I use sea moss gel. So I use it pretty much every day. I use and take a hey Elise. I use a tablespoon per day, and I usually will put it in my green tea in the mornings. And before I was using a tablespoon a day, and I would just put it in my like applesauce or blend it into something. So that's how I use it. And just to tell you what it's done for me, I have been kind of teeter-tottering on the edge of hypertension. And I didn't know, I don't say really what to do. Of course, I knew to walk and exercise and things like that. But with COVID, I wasn't really able to like go to the gym that we have here in my facility. So I needed to find something to do to help out. So I started sea moss gel, and I had to stop taking my blood pressure meds for a period of time because the sea moss gel was bringing my blood pressure down. I would be anywhere in the 120s up to like the 90s on the bottom. So 120 over like 90 or in the 90s. And I knew that wasn't healthy. So I think Brittney is going to join us. I'm going to bring her in now. But just to say that sea moss gel did help me with my blood pressure. But we're going to bring Brittney in. I think I got you in. Yes. Hey Brittney.
Hey. How are you?
You're a little bit glitchy. It's going to work its way out. So just keep
Okay.
talking and we can see if the little glitch goes out.
Okay. Well, how are you doing today? Can you hear me any better?
It's going to, I know it's going to work out because it does this every time. So give it 1 second. So while it's working the glitches out, just thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining us because you are the sea moss boss. Thank you for bringing your expertise to help, everybody with learning about sea moss and how it can help them.
Okay.
So let's see if I can hear you a little bit better now.
Better now? Better now?
No, it's gonna work out. I know it is. Just give it a second.
Okay.
So try it now. I think it stopped.
Better now?
Yes. Okay. Yay! I knew it always does that. So I'm sorry about that.
No problem. No problem.
If you can just give us a little bit about yourself, sea moss gel, and like, how you sell it. I know you have various forms and stuff like that. And then I will get to the questions.
Okay, cool. So thank you for having me on. I've been following your YouTube channel and you're doing an amazing job. So thanks for, getting people hip to different things, and you're always so encouraging and motivating. But I really appreciate you for having me on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. So, okay, you guys, I'm Brittney. You guys see my little tag down there. The Kandy Sea Moss boss. I call myself Kandy because I have a radio station, Ear Candy Radio. So I kind of branded a lot of my stuff with Kandy. Mm-hmm. And then sea moss, I've been doing that for, been selling sea moss for almost 2 years now. I know it's getting really popular now, especially with, COVID going on and everything like that. So it has just been amazing for me. So many people are coming to purchase, and it just makes me feel so good that I have something that can actually help people. I do sell it majority in the gel, like you were mentioning, but I also have it like in the powdered form and in like the dry herb form as well. So yeah, that's about it so far.
Okay. All right. I am gonna put your Kandy Shoppe address and website in the description on YouTube. I know Facebook already has it in the post that I made earlier today. So if people would like to purchase, of course, they can go online and even visit you there in Akron, Ohio. Come by, see what you got, get all the goodies for their health and wealth. So I wanted to definitely make sure I shouted you out because I've been wanting to get you on here and I've been thinking about it. And I was like, just ask her. So I was like, it's going to be sea moss gel week this week. So thank you again. So
Thank
I'm
you.
going to just get to the questions because I know that your time is valuable. How does it affect or help conditions with people like that have low iron or anemia?
Okay, so sea moss is actually rich in iron. So clearly, if you have low iron, like people that have anemia, they have they either have low iron or they have some type of iron deficiency. So that's how sea moss helps people with anemia. It's rich in iron. So I was reading and they were saying how they said sea moss, and a lot of people that take sea moss, not to get off track, there's a lot of people I know have started off with like a lot of vegan people or a lot of people who are alkaline taking sea moss. So they're looking for different things that they can take because they don't eat that meat. They're not getting, a lot of iron is in meat and also like protein.
Yeah.
But I read somewhere that sea moss contains 9 times more iron than chicken does.
Wow.
So sea moss is really good for people who are, following a plant-based diet as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know even early on, like as a teen, they told me I was slightly anemic.
Mm-hmm.
But I have someone who asked this question who struggles with anemia. That was like, is it good for that? So I'm
It
like,
is.
we'll ask.
Yep, very good.
So what about kidney disease patients? Will it affect like them? Are they able to take it? Some of them are like a renal diet,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So how is it for kidney patients?
So you do have to be careful with certain conditions. And I do just want to put out there, you guys, that this is all from research that I've done. I am a master herbalist, so I have my certificate in that. But sea moss is not approved by the FDA,
Mhm.
so you got to kind of be careful. When you're, I'm not. I just want y'all to know, I'm not trying to treat anybody. I'm
Right.
not trying to diagnose anything or anything like that. I'm just sharing some knowledge with you guys. Over the years that I've learned. But back to kidney disease, I definitely would suggest anyone who actually has kidney disease to check with their doctor first, because a lot of medications that they use for kidney disease, like are blood thinners or blood
Mhm.
thinning medication, and it can interact with that just because it has potassium in it, and I guess potassium can interact with different medications for kidney disease. Now, sea moss is good for you. It's good for healthy kidneys. But
Yeah.
when you get to the point where you have kidney disease, definitely consult with your doctor first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know like they can't have a lot of phosphorus or something high in potassium, like we said. So that was a question that someone had presented to me who has kidney disease. One of the questions that I got was, how do you store it? Someone was talking about maybe putting a paper towel between, if it's in a jar, put a paper towel between the lid and the jar itself, or how do you store it?
You don't necessarily have to do that. I mean, people come up with their own things, and it's just like whatever works good for you. But you want to, if we're talking about the gel, you want to always make sure you store it in the refrigerator. And it just needs to be in like a airtight container. So I know I sell it in the jars that has the airtight little locking lids on them, but I've also sold them in bags before. Just because right now during this pandemic, so many people have started their businesses and the jars are not as easily available as the bags are, like the foil seal bags. So just make sure that whatever you store it in is airtight, and keep it in the refrigerator.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then how long does it keep with proper storage?
So usually you can keep it a month or even longer. You'll see when sea moss starts to go bad, it will have like a film on top of it. So it might look like a grayish like slime or like a mold. So that's when you
Mhm.
know it's going bad.
Okay.
And I mean people I'm not recommending anybody do this, but I've even heard and read that you can just scrape that mold off and still use the sea moss that's at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Kind of like cheese, like you just cut that bad part off. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
That's funny that you would say that because someone had asked me, like, if it were to go bad, what can you do about it? So you answered that perfectly.
Yep.
Okay. The best time to take it is the best time during the day to take it.
Okay, so to me, I think it depends on when you start your day. You have a lot of people who, work night shift, or you have people that work day shift or that middle shift. So I would say when you're getting ready to start your day, like when you're waking up from whatever your rest, your nap, not your nap, but when you're waking up to start your day, that's the best time to take your sea moss, because it's going to give you a boost of energy. And that energy is going to last you throughout the day. It's not just like, you might drink some coffee and then you have energy and then you'll crash. Sea moss does not do that. It doesn't, you won't crash, you won't get the jitters. It just gives you a boost of energy.
Okay. That's what the next question was about jitters. Like, what type of energy does it give you? Are you like on edge? So that was great that you answered that.
No, I wouldn't say you're on edge, but a lot of people have told me that they don't like taking it at nighttime because they can't sleep, because it's giving them energy. So I would recommend, if you're trying to get a restful night's sleep, don't take it close to bedtime.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know. And then does it conflict with any medications that you know of?
Yeah, again, we were just talking about the kidney medication. Also, I've read that it could conflict with different types of thyroid medication, just because sea moss is high in iodine, which is the good natural salt, but still it could definitely conflict with thyroid medication. So just make sure you always consult with your doctor when you're taking any type of medication, because herbs and medicine sometimes do not mix.
Yeah. I was gonna say, when I was taking my blood pressure medication and I had the sea moss gel, I felt like my blood pressure was dropping too low when I did both of them. So I had to kind of back off my medication,
right,
and then find that balance. I was like, what? Like,
and see, and that's the thing. That's the thing with sea moss and with herbs, because sea moss is going to find what's going on in your body, and it's going to correct that. It's going to heal that. It's not just a mask,
right,
to hide your problems. Like, and a lot of times that's what medication is. It's just a mask to treat you, but not to cure you. So that's what I love about sea moss and herbs and just being a natural medicine.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, let me not take these meds because I'm feeling woozy when I did both. So
also with insulin too. Insulin. I just thought about that one. I know a couple of people who have diabetes, they were taking their insulin, because you don't want to just straight up stop taking your medication.
Yeah.
But they were, same thing with you. They were just telling me that they felt like it was going too low or too high. So just definitely have to find that balance.
Yeah, because my bottom number is what gives me problems, like my blood pressure, and had been in the 90s. And so I don't take a very high dose of blood pressure medicine, but I had to stop it because it was getting it too low. Like, the sea moss gel wasn't getting it too low, but both of them together. So it was like, I think my bottom number went down to 81. And my top was like 117, which is great. But then I'm like, well, if I take my medication now and all I did was drink my tea with my sea moss in it, it's going to drop it too low. Right. So I had to kind of back off the meds a little. Okay. The next question is, someone asked me, some of the sea moss is in different colors. And I mean, not the flavors. Right. But they mean different colors, like different variations of the browns or the yellows or the golden, things like that. They wondered if one is more potent than the other, or why is it different colors?
Okay, so the sea moss, okay, it's a lot to go into, just because I'm just going to try to shorten it down a little bit. There's two main types of sea moss. I know a lot of people say Irish moss. They call it Irish moss. But a lot of times that's not really correct, because Irish moss actually grows in Ireland and like around Canada and Great Britain, and like where the water is cooler. So that type of sea moss is Irish moss, but it's like Chondrus. Hold on, I wrote it down. It's called Chondrus crispus. Okay. And that sea moss, like I said, is grown in cooler water. That sea moss is also more expensive because it's not really, you can't get it all year long. Okay. They only harvest it during the summertime. So that sea moss is a little bit more potent, and that's also the sea moss that Dr. Sebi, I don't know if you guys are hip to Dr. Sebi, but he's really the one that kind of got people on the sea moss train. So Dr. Sebi, when he talks about Irish moss, he's talking about the moss that came from Ireland. That moss is, I won't say it's better for you, but it is more potent. You don't have to take as much of it. It grows straight off of rocks. So it gets all its nutrients from the rocks and from the waters. Like the water is swaying back and forth, and that's how it grows. So yes, that sea moss is a little bit more potent. And it also smells a little more like fishy as well. The other sea moss is called, now I might mess this pronunciation up, but it's called genus graciliara. And that sea moss that's the most common sea moss because that one grows all year long. It grows over in Jamaica and St. Lucia. That's like the most common places. That's actually where I get my sea moss from. Jamaica, I've got some from Jamaica, St. Lucia, also Punta Cana. So in those warmer areas, that's where the sea moss grows all year long. You usually can get it for a little bit cheaper because it does grow all year long. So the color doesn't really say where it's from. It's because it can be any color. Either type of sea moss can have different variations of color. So you just have to know where you're getting it from. Know, whoever you're buying it from. If you want to ask them, hey, where's the sea moss grown from? They should be able to tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said something with the sound. I hear it. I'm not sure what it is. I'm so sorry about that. Do you hear it?
I do. It sounds like a little bit of static, but I can still hear you, and it sounds like you can still hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. I'm so sorry to you guys, but we just have a couple more questions.
Okay.
Does it help with COVID? And if so, how?
Okay, yes. Like I said, I'm not here to treat or say that this is the cure all for COVID or anything like that, but it does help with COVID. I mean, I've had a lot of people who have come in for their family members or people who have COVID, and it helps them. I mean, it gets the mucus out of your body. And I don't know if you guys know that mucus is how your body, how disease sets up in your body. So you eliminate the mucus out of your body, disease cannot live in your body. That's like getting your body to an alkaline state. So yeah, I mean, it does help with COVID. I've also been making it with elderberry in it because elderberry helps to protect you from, or I'm sorry, prevent you from getting colds and flus. So it does help with COVID. If you guys know anybody who has it, definitely I would recommend sea moss. Also, what I've been hearing is really good for COVID too. You want to boil some lemon and orange peels and boil it and like put a towel over your head and just breathe that steam in like for 5 or 10 minutes and do it like as many times a day as you can, at least once or twice. But that also has been helping with COVID as well.
That was also something that I heard. Also, pink Himalayan salt in that same mixture.
Yep.
I don't know what that does, the pink Himalayan salt, but I've heard that works too.
Yep.
I mute my line because I hear the typing more when I talk. So
yeah, I was going to say
that. Does it aid in weight loss?
Yes, it does. It does also aid in weight loss as well. It helps with, what I've been reading is it helps with weight loss and weight gain. So it gets in your body and it finds what your body is missing. So if you have a high metabolism, if it's like overly high, it can help you with that. And also if you have a low metabolism, it helps you with that too. But yes, it definitely does aid in weight loss.
Cool. I was about to say weight gain. I do not need to gain any weight.
Right, but it just finds out what your body needs and it attaches to that.
Cool. I have 2 more questions. One was, does it increase your sperm count?
Yes, it does. I've studied this for a little while now, and I really haven't saw too much research that says, it does. It's out there, but I haven't saw too many, studies where it helps with sperm count. But a lot of people who aren't able to have kids, men and women, sea moss, it helps them to be able to have children. But definitely for men, I mean, like over in like Africa and other Caribbean countries, they use sea moss as a natural aphrodisiac for men. So it helps with their libido, it helps with their testosterone, and it does help increase sperm count. Yes.
I definitely have heard that before, but I had to ask.
Okay.
And then lastly, can pregnant women take it?
Pregnant women can take sea moss, but you don't want to have any other herbs mixed inside of it. Bladderwrack is what women, when you're pregnant, you do not want to take bladderwrack. So as long as your sea moss is just plain sea moss, yes, pregnant women can take it.
Okay, and I want to ask this because I don't feel like we've covered it all the way. So someone asked for a graphic, which I'll post somewhere because I don't know how to post it in here. But can you tell us how many vitamins it has in it, how many our body needs, and just give a real quick general about sea moss gel?
Okay, yeah. So sea moss does have, it's said to contain 92 out of the 102 minerals that our body is made of. Now, like she said, you guys, she's going to post that in the comments. I mean, it's a whole bunch of words that, I mean, I'll be telling you guys, and you just really have to look them up, but it's a lot of minerals that they do contain. The top benefits of sea moss are they help you with joint and muscle pain. They help you, sea moss helps you to get rid of the mucus out of your body. Um, it promotes a healthy thyroid, improves your metabolism, supports healthy heart. It helps you maintain a healthy weight, supports your immune system, regulates your blood pressure. It promotes good digestion, supports hair, skin, and nails. It's good for a post workout. And also, you guys, it's really good for a hangover too. If you ever have a hangover, you could take like a little tablespoon of sea moss and you'll feel yourself subsiding real fast. Again, it helps with your libido. It purifies your blood, and also it helps people with halitosis. Somebody that got some stank breath and they can't do nothing about them, tell them to get some sea moss because it definitely helps with that too.
Well, those are all good to know. So
And
I
also,
want to
I
thank
did just
you.
want to I wanted to show you guys too. I have my little sea moss set up, and I just wanted to
Yeah,
show
please do.
everybody. Can I turn my camera, or is it only this way?
So that's not a question that I have the answer to. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let me see. All right, so I'll just hold it up then. So I wanted to just show you guys a little bit of sea moss. This here is the sea moss. It's dry. I'm trying to get my camera right. Okay, yeah, this is just how it comes. This is how I get it. It's dried. Um, Still has like a little bit of salt on it. Not a lot. They say if it has a lot of salt on it, you got to be careful because there is sea moss that's grown on farms. People farm it and grow it in pools. So you have to be careful with that too because I mean it's still good for you, but it's not going to be as good because remember I told you guys how it's grown on a rock and that's where it gets all its nutrients from. So if it's growing in a pool, it's really not going to have those same nutrients. It's just like kind of like a genetically, just like plants and fruits, how they do that and how when it's organically grown, it's better for you. But when it's genetically modified, it's a little messed up. But anyway, so that's that. When you make the sea moss, you want to soak it in water, preferably spring water. This is the best kind to use if you ask me. So I have some soaking too. It's been soaking for about an hour. It's a little bit thicker. It kind of swells up once it's been soaking. And you usually want to soak it anywhere from about 4 to 6 hours. And yeah, then I just had all my little sea moss set up. This is regular sea moss. I make the sea moss with the elderberry in it. Also, this is the super sea moss, the one I said that the pregnant women cannot take. It has bladderwrack and burdock root in it. So the bladderwrack is the other 10 minerals that are made up of the human body that aren't in sea moss by itself. And then the burdock root is a blood cleanser. I make candy sea moss. That's why I call myself Candy Sea Moss Boss. This one is pineapple. And I usually make mango and strawberry too. And people give those to their kids just because it has a better flavor and kids will take it a little easier. And then also I do custom sea moss. This one, for instance, is good for fibroids and bad periods. Camera. And then I made this one today too. This is for people who suffer from candida. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but when your body, produces a lot of yeast. Um, so yeah, I can make custom sea moss if you guys like have a condition that you're dealing with. You guys to just let me know, and I can, it'll be a few more questions just to make sure you're not on any type of medication. What your diet is like, and I can make a custom sea moss for you.
That is perfect. So real quick, can you give us your website just verbally? Because some people don't look in the description.
Okay. Yes, you guys. If you guys want to order online or just check out my products, it's kandyshopping.com. That's Kandy with a K, KandyShopping.com.
And for those who are in Akron, Ohio, what's your store address?
And my store address is 1342 Copley Road. It is on the corner of Copley and Nome. And my entrance is on the Nome side. So you would just park in the parking lot on Nome. And come on in and I'll help you out.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brittney. This has been absolutely wonderful. I've learned a few things that I didn't know about sea moss gel. So thank you so much for your time. Everybody who wants some sea moss gel, Brittney also ships anywhere in the US. We have a question. The question was asked about pregnant women taking it, but what about nursing moms?
Nursing moms can take it as well. It's good for your baby to take. I mean, once like even infants, your infant child can take sea moss. Sea moss is good for you. Like I said, just make sure it does not contain the bladder wrack. You want to just stick to the straight, plain, regular sea moss.
For nursing moms, do they have to stay away from bladder wick or?
Yes.
Okay, so pregnant and nursing moms cannot do the sea moss gel with other herbs inside.
I mean, some herbs are good, but a lot of times you want to wait until people are at least into their third trimester before they take any type of herb. So I don't generally like to give pregnant women herbs unless I, really do a full breakdown and figure out what they have going on.
So they can take sea moss gel just by itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Regular sea moss. Yep.
Okay, cool. I just thought about something. Asthmatics.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
good for that too? That? Yep. Yes. Yes. Good for people with breathing problems. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we have gained some valuable and a wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for the sound interference. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like you did it more than justice. So we are good.
Thanks for having me. I'm so appreciative of you. We go back long time. So anytime you need me to come back on, I'm down. Just let me know.
Thank you. I was thinking back a long years ago when we were up at Corny Park. You remember Corny Park?
Yes.
On Orlando.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm so grateful that you came on. I think we have another question. Does it help with milk production for nursing moms?
I'll have to look that one up, honestly. I don't really know the answer to that. I have a few herbs that help with milk production. But yeah, I don't know. I'll look that up and I'll give you that answer to get back at them with. I'm sorry, I don't know that. I'm sorry.
Well, do you have an email, like a work email that people can ask you questions at?
Yes. If anybody wants to email me, feel free. My email address is earcandyradio. Again, Kandy spelled with a K, at gmail.com. So email me and yes, I will get back to you with any questions that you have regarding sea moss.
I will make sure I put your email in the descriptions as well.
Thank you.
Somebody missed it. All right, Brittney, it's been real. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.